Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Dunit from Event Driven Utopia. Today we are going to talk about what are the differences between enterprise messaging and event streaming. Enterprise messaging and event streaming are two technologies you can use to implement asynchronous, loosely coupled, and highly scalable applications. Many people today use these technologies interchangeably, hoping that there's no subtle differences in between. When you look at their inner architecture and what problems they are trying to solve, you will realize that these two are complementary technologies rather than competing technologies. As an architect or a developer, it is important to understand the differences between these two and ideal use cases for each of them. In this video, I'm going to compare and contrast these technologies across a few dimensions as you see in the screen. For a better understanding, let's consider an example of a thermostat application. A temperature sensor publishes readings into a messaging system every 10 seconds. A typical message would look like this. It has a sensor ID, the room where the sensor is installed, timestamp, and the reading value in Celsius. These readings are consumed by a thermostat application. Based on the value of the reading field, it can turn on and turn off the heater. Now let's see what are the two styles that a consumer can use to process these readings. One way is to look at each message and make decisions independently. For example, if the reading of a message is less than 20, the consumer will turn on the heater. Next time another message comes in, the consumer performs the same logic. This is a good use case for messaging. Another approach is to aggregate several readings together to calculate the average. For example, the consumer can analyze the readings in the last minute and decide whether to turn the heater on or off. This is a good fit for a streaming use case because you are not making decisions by looking at a discrete message. You would rather aggregate them and analyze them to make a decision. In messaging, each message is self-contained. A consumer can understand each message in isolation and they can directly act upon them. For example, consider processing an order. The receiver can directly act on the message. Conversely, in streaming, an individual message doesn't make much sense. You need to aggregate them over a time window or group them together to gain insights. This is called stream processing. The way of consuming messages is different in both technologies. Let's have a closer look. In messaging, consuming a message is a destructive operation. Messages stay in the messaging system until they are consumed. In streaming, consumers never delete messages. Messages are removed by the system independently from the consumers, whether they have been consumed or not. The consumption style leads to another difference in both technologies. That is about how you can see the old messages. In messaging systems, messages are deleted after they are consumed. Hence, the newly joined consumers can't see the old messages. In streaming systems, new and old consumers have access to complete history of messages. Also, consumers can move forwards and backwards to read messages. This will actually add benefits from many perspectives. For example, you can debug a consumer by replaying the messages from the beginning that it had consumed. Also, when a new version of a consumer is deployed, it can quickly synchronize to the latest state by consuming the stream from the beginning. In our example, a new consumer can be introduced to analyze the past readings and visualize the variance in the temperature. Once it is deployed, it will consume messages from the day one to produce a dashboard. This is another use case where streaming is applicable. The ability to selectively consume messages makes another difference in both technologies. PubSub messaging systems allow its consumers to selectively subscribe to hierarchical topics. This is a great flexibility for consumers to process events that are they only interested in. In this case, the messaging system will do the filtering of events. In contrast, streaming consumers will receive all the messages in a partition. Consumers' logic has to decide which messages to process and which messages to discard. In our example, the thermostat in the living room can tune in to receive temperature readings that are only coming from the living room. If a message comes from a sensor in the bedroom, the messaging system filters it out for the living room thermostat. Based on each other's internal architecture, messaging and streaming systems cater to different levels of delivery guarantees. Let's look at some possible delivery guarantee levels. In the at least once delivery, messages are not lost even if the messaging system fails, but any messages can be duplicated. Exactly once delivery is one step ahead. It will keep the messages intact in case of a messaging system failure. Also, it will prevent the duplications of messages. Transactionally coordinated delivery allows an application to execute a transaction by coordinating with an external resource, such as a database. For example, you may want to update the database and publish a message within a scope of a single transaction. Most of the messaging systems today works well for exactly once and transactionally coordinated deliveries. Whereas streaming systems are good for at least once deliveries with the consumer expecting duplicate messages. Now let's try to wrap up our discussion. Key things to remember are messaging and streaming are not competing technologies. Both have their own strengths and weaknesses. Using either of them is purely use case driven. This diagram provides a summary of the discussion we had so far. For messaging use cases, you can use a general purpose message broker like Apache ActiveMQ or RabbitMQ. For streaming use cases, you can use a distributed streaming platform like Apache Kafka or Amazon Kinesis. Before we wrap up our discussion, let's list down some popular use cases for each technology. Messaging is better suited for applications that handle commands, which are business critical and exactly once processing is essential. Also, transactional messaging applications, RPC style messaging applications, and PubSub messaging with subscription filters are some other examples. Streaming is a good fit for a highly scalable fan-out messaging where you have millions of subscribers. Also, stream processing, event sourcing, metrics collection, and log aggregation are some other well-known use cases. Alright then, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you with another one soon.